presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, I'm Ron Chuckett, and welcome to the program for a Wednesday night, the 7th day of April 2021. We go back to July 15th, 1949 for tonight's game for you, a Friday night in St. Louis, Missouri. And it's not the Cardinals we're featuring. We're featuring the St. Louis Browns, who are surprisingly 36-46. And I mean that in a good way. And it's a surprise because they weren't that good. But they host those darn New York Yankees, 52-30. St. Louis beat the Yankees in 11 innings to start the second half of the year. And so right now the Yankees lead in the American League is 5.5 over the Cleveland Indians. And so the Yankees and the Browns face off. Ned Garber goes for St. Louis. He is their best pitcher, 5-8 on the year with a 4.18 ERA. And trust me, for St. Louis, that's very good. Eddie Lopat, the lefty, goes for the Yankees. So we've hit another Wednesday night. You're going to get some baseball. Let's do it, shall we? As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949, and tonight's game is brought to you by, well, I gotta tell you first of all that we are from Sportsman's Park in St. Louis, Missouri, as the St. Louis Browns host the New York Yankees. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so Ned Garber starts to take his warm-up tosses. As we said, 5-8 on this replay with a 4.18 ERA. Ned is only 23. He's a venerable baby in this replay. He went 12-17 in real life. A fastball pitcher at 85 and a ground ball pitcher. And against the Yankees, this will be his fourth start. 11 2/3 innings, 19 hits, 15 runs, 11 earned. He has walked 4 and struck out 5. How you doing, Mr. Forsberg? Thank you very much, my friend, for subbing again. And Mark has been with us for 6 straight months. I do appreciate it, buddy. Anyway, Garber is 0-3 against the Yankees with an ERA of 8.49, by far his worst. His last start was last appearance was against the Indians on the 10th. An inning and a third, 1 hit, 1 run, it was earned, and a strikeout. And that was a start. He must have gotten hurt. 129 and a third innings, 128 hits, 12 home runs allowed, 75 runs in total, 60 earned. He's walked 55 and struck out 52. And by the way, we will have the Red Sox and the Tigers tomorrow for you at noon. Jerry Coleman leads off for the Yankees at second base. Bill Rizzuto will bat second and play short. Gene Woodling will play left and hit third. Joe DiMaggio hitting .406 since his return in center field will clean up. Yogi Berra, who you saw in the All-Star game, will catch and bat fifth. Johnson is at third. He'll go sixth. Dick Krohosky is at first. He'll bat seventh. Cliff Mapes in right will go eighth, and Eddie Lopat in right field. And Eddie Lopat on the mound will bat ninth, and Eddie's hitting .388. Platt is a 5 and a 7 in left as we set the defense for the Browns. Mr. Sievers is a 6 and a 7 in center. And Kokos was an all-star right fielder, a 7 and a 10. Dillinger is a 5 at third. Sullivan a 4 at short. Jerry Pretty, who started the all-star game at second, is an 8. And Jack Graham, and his 27 home runs, is a 5 at first. Sherm Lawler behind the plate, he's a 6 and a 5, and Ned Garber is an 8. That's a good range, but he's not necessarily a good fielder. He's got a .919 fielding percentage. Jerry Coleman steps in on a beautiful night here in St. Louis. 81 degrees, clear skies, and the wind blowing left to right at 16. Can't imagine that there's a very big crowd here. Coleman at 303, a homer, and 36 RBI. And with all that, let's get this started. There's a line drive left center field. Roy Sievers picks it up. Coleman's going to hold it first. I thought he was going to go for two, but did not. And so the Yankees start this ball game with a hit. Here's Rizzuto. Phil at 302. 4 homers, 49 RBI, and leads the majors in cannolis consumed. Scooter drops one down. Graham will pick it up. He throws to Pretty covering, and that is an out. So it's a sacrifice for Mr. Rizzuto. It goes 3-4 on the card. Here's Gene Woodling. Gene looks like he just stepped out of Central Casting in Hollywood. 303, a homer, and 26 RBI. Yeah, fans do show up when the Yankees play. I didn't look to see what the attendance was. 49 was a good year for attendance to begin with. Cardinals, by the way, are in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if they were doing every game road and away on KMOX yet. Pitch to Woodling. Ball 4. So Garver has 2 on and 1 out for DiMaggio. Joe at 406. 3 triples, 2 homers, and 9 RBI. He'll play for about 2 months and then miss a week or two. But if that last weekend series against Boston matters, he'll be back for that. How you doing, golf guy? Good evening from Montreal. Pitch to DiMaggio is a liner to left. Back goes Platt in the corner, and that will be off the wall. Coleman will score. Woodling will hold at third, and that was just a bad play. Now DiMaggio, whoa! So 2 runs will score. Coleman scored. Woodling scored, but DiMaggio fell around first base, and so what shouldn't have been a double will just be a single, but he does get credit for the 2 RBI. Here's Yogi Berra. Yogi at 264. Hometown game for Yogi here. He grew up in the hills around St. Louis. 10 homers and 45 RBI. Pitch to Yogi. Got him. 1-2 changeup on the black. 2 out. And that'll bring up Billy Johnson. Billy at 258. 6 homers and 30 RBI. Garver deals. And he walked him. Garver, one of those gaggles of pitchers in 1949 who walked more than they struck out. In real life, he walked 102 and 223 and 2/3 innings and only fanned 70. Here's Dick Krahosky. Dick at 277, a homer and 25 RBI. In fact, he has matched his real-life at-bats. This should be his last game of the year. Ground ball to Sullivan. Across the way to Graham, and he's got to hurry, and Krahosky beat it out. So the Yankees, with the 2 spot on the board, have him loaded with 2 out for Cliff Mapes. Cliff at 272, a homer, and 16 RBI. So much for this being a good matchup for St. Louis. Got him. 2-2 curve, looking for strike 3, and that will retire the side. But the Yankees off to a hot start. 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave them loaded. How about a Falstaff for that? After half an inning, it's the Yankees too. Here come the Browns. Helps if I hit the thing on the right spot. Eddie Lopat is 31 years old. He's a fastball pitcher and a fly ball pitcher. At 84 miles an hour in the fastball. He is 11-4 on the replay with a 3.87 ERA. And the Browns have hit him hard. This will be his 4th start against St. Louis. 21 2/3 innings, 30 hits. 15 runs, 14 of them earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 8. And he's 1-1 against the Brownies with an ERA of 5.82. His last start came against the Senators on the 10th. A complete game win, 9 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked a batter and struck out a man. So in 128 innings, he's allowed 144 hits, 10 home runs, 59 runs in total, 55 earned. He's walked 43 and struck out 43. And Bob Dillinger will lead off for St. Louis at third base. Kokos in right will bat second. Jerry Pretty, he certainly is, at second base will hit third. Mr. Platt cleans up in left. Roy Sievers in center field will bat fifth. Jack Graham, the surprise all-star, will play first and bat sixth. Sherm Lawler behind the plate. I don't remember him playing for St. Louis, but I wasn't alive then. Mr. Sullivan is at short. He'll bat eighth, and Ned Garver threw 27 pitches in his half of the first will bat ninth. Gene Woodling, as we set the Yankee defense forward, he has a 3 and a 3 in left. Joe DiMaggio a 10 and an 8 in center. Cliff Mapes a 3 and a 6 in right. Billy Johnson is a 3 at third. Phil Rizzuto a 10 at short. Jerry Coleman a 4 at second. Prohaski a 4 at first. Yogi is a 10 and a 10. And Eddie Lopat is an 8 on the mound with a .961 fielding percentage. Dillinger at 314, 5 triples, and 27 RBI. Lopat deals, and there's a pop-up. Rizzuto, 1 out. Brings up Kokos Dick at 273. He got the All-Star appearance because he's hit 13 homers and driven in 52. And there's a fly ball deep right field. Mapes will just turn and watch it go. How about that? So the Browns get 1 back on Kokos' 14th of the year. And there wasn't a chance in purgatory that ball was going to be caught. Brings up Pretty. Jerry at 343, 10 homers and 48 RBI. So 2-1 Yankees here in the first. Pitch to Pretty, and there's a ground ball past a diving Coleman, and Jerry has a 10-game hitting streak. Brings up Whitey Platt. Whitey cleaning up, God knows why, at 207, a homer and 10 RBI. There's a fly ball to right. Mapes in the corner makes the catch. Pretty will retreat. And there's 2 out for Roy Sievers. Sievers hitting 290, 5 homers and 40 RBI. 2-1 Yankees here in the bottom of the first. 2 out. Line drive to third. Johnson's there, and that will retire the side. But the Browns, not the Cardinals run, the Browns get a massive home run from Kokos. And 2 hits and no errors. We played 2-1 New York. So here's Eddie Lopat hitting 388 as a pitcher. He has 11 doubles in 49 at-bats. And a triple. He's driven in 13 and scored 9 runs. Pitch. Got him. How you doing there, Mr. Gardner? So Garver got him on an 0-2 in there at the knees on a curveball, and that's the 3rd strikeout for Ned. So 33 for Ned's opening 9 on an inning and a third, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, and both the runs are earned. Dave is trying out Appa hockey, and we're going to talk about his experiences when we tape Digital to Dice on Friday afternoon. Jerry Coleman singled his first time up and scored. In the left center field, Sievers going back. That's off the wall. Coleman will have at least 2. He's into third, and they won't even throw. So Coleman's into third standing. And that's the 4th hit for the Yankees. Here's Rizzuto. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. And let's see if Rizzuto will squeeze here. Dillinger and Graham playing in. He swings, ground ball in the hole on the right side. Coleman scores, and it's 3-1 New York. We know the Yankees can score by the bushel. We know the Dodgers can score by the bushel. That's what we get in the World Series. That's going to be a lot of runs scored. However, the Cardinals have a lot to say about what the Dodgers do. Here's Woodling. He walked and scored his first time up. Got him. So Garver got him on a 2-2 fastball at the belt. And that's 4 for Ned. Here's DiMaggio. Joe tripped around first on what should have been a double, but he had to hold it first with a single, and he now has driven in 11 and 65 at-bats. That's efficient. To third, Dillinger is there, and that will retire the side. Yankees get another run on 2 hits and no errors. They've left 4 on after an inning and a half. It's 3-1 New York. So Jack Graham, I said 27 home runs. He's hit 15. He's hitting .292, 20 doubles, and has driven in 56 runs. And that earned this future Pacific Coast League star a trip to Brooklyn for the All-Star game. Liner to Rizzuto, who leaps and makes the catch, 1 out. Brings up Sherm Lawler at 265, 9 homers, and 28 RBI. Mr. Forsberger is our latest sub. He's on a 6-month streak here at Retro Sports Network. And it's his Tigers you'll see tomorrow at noon, 9 Pacific, against the Red Sox. Foul, first base side. And a fan dressed as an empty seat makes the catch. 1-2 the count. Into right. Mapes. 2 out. Here's John Sullivan. Sully at 279, 8 doubles and 10 RBI. Hoping that Dave still is enjoying Apple hockey. Ground ball to third. Johnson across the way to Krohosky for the out. And that will retire the side. The Browns go quietly in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2, 3-1 New York. Yogi Berra struck out his first time up. Johnson and Krohosky to follow. Yogi played some hockey, by the way. Garver deals. To third, 1 out. Here's Johnson. Billy walked his first time up. One of the 2 allowed by Garver. And Ned's pitch. Here's a base hit into left field. Platt picks it up, throws it back in, and that's the 6th Yankee hit. Johnson will hold with a single. Here's Krohosky. Dick singled his first time up. Base hit up the middle. Severs will pick it up. Krohosky's digging for 2. He's going to get there, and that's his 11th double of the year. And if you want to know what's in the St. Louis bullpen, don't. Just don't. Here's Mapes. Cliff struck out his first time up. He's got runners on second and third and 1 out. And there's a base hit in the left center field. Johnson scores. Krohosky will try and score. Platt's throw to the plate is close. They got him. So Platt, who's got a 7 arm out there out of 10, threw a direct strike to Lawler, and runner was out. Krohosky was out easily. So Mapes on first. Lopat at the plate. Eddie is 0 for 1. He struck out for only the 4th time all year. Throw to first, Mapes back. So 4-1 Yankees here in the third. Low pad into right center. Severs rides the Schwinn and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. The Yankees leave another runner on. After we go to the bottom of the third inning, it's 4-1 New York. So here's Ned Garver, 225, 5 RBI, and 4 doubles. If you're paying attention, Dave, how'd the rest of your game go? Pitch to Garver. There's a ground ball to Johnson across the way to first for the out, 1 away. So Lopat, 43 pitches for his first 9. 2 in the third innings, 2 hits. The home run to Kokos, who's on deck. And that's it. Bob Dillinger is 0 for 1. 1 out. Into right center. DiMaggio goes back, 2 out. Makes a great play, as a matter of fact. And to lay out, the wind kind of curled. Well, the wind's blowing to left. Wind kind of got him twisted around a bit. 2 out for Dick Kokos, who smashed his 14th of the year in the first. He's now driven in 53. Here's a ground ball base hit left side. And that's the third St. Louis hit. Here's Pretty. Jerry at hitting 345 now. His next hit will be number 100 on the year. Throw to first, Kokos back. It's Pretty, P-R-I-D-D-Y. Line drive to Rizzuto, and that will retire the side. The Browns leave a runner on. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the fourth. It's the Bombers 4, the Brownies 1. So as Jerry Coleman steps in, here's the standings. The Cardinals lead the Dodgers by 4. St. Louis has won 2 straight. The Dodgers have lost 2 straight. The Braves have dropped 6 straight. They fall to 44 and 38, 8.5 behind. Philadelphia, 9.5 back. Pittsburgh has won 5 straight, and they're 10.5 back. The Giants trying to play 500 ball, and then Chicago and Cincinnati. In the American League, the Yankees by 5.5 over Cleveland, 7.5 over Washington, and 8.5 over the Tigers. The Red Sox had played well. They lost their opener here in the second half, but they can gain no ground on the Yankees. They're 14 back. The Browns have won 2 straight and are 16 back. Philadelphia and the Chi Sox bring up the rear. Garver threw 18 batters, 71 pitches, 3 innings, 8 hits. He's walked 2 and struck out 4 and given up all 4 runs. Coleman has singled and tripled. He's 2 for 2. Ground ball base hit left side. And Jerry is a 3-hit ball game. And that brings up Rizzuto. He's a sacrifice and a single and a RBI. He's now driven in 50 on the year. There's a fly ball, shallow right center. Severs comes in, makes the catch. 1 out for Woodling. Gene is 0 for 1. He has scored on a walk and a strikeout. Line drive to left. Platt's there. 2 out. Here's DiMaggio. Joe is 1 for 2. He fell going around first, but on that single, but he still drove in 2. This time around, he sends it into deep left center. Severs is running like he's an NFL wide receiver and makes the catch against the base of the wall. What a play by Roy Severs to rob DiMaggio of at least an extra base hit. DiMaggio was around first. The Yankees, no runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 4-1 New York. So Platt, Severs, and Graham They face Lopat here in the bottom of the fourth. Whitey is 0 for 1. Base hit, left center field. That's going to get down. Woodling will pick it up. So Severs is 0 for 1. Base hit, right center field. DiMaggio will grab it. Platt will hold it second, and the Browns have something cooking here in the fourth. Brings up Graham, who's 0 for 1. This was Jack's big season. I think he ended up in Sacramento in the Pacific Coast League after this. Pitch to Jack. Struck him out. First one for Eddie. Lopat got him looking on a 1-2 change. And now I'll bring up Lawler. Sherm is 0 for 1. There's a fly ball to left. That sounded good off the bat, but that will stay in the yard. Woodling will make the catch. Platt goes to third. And the Browns have runners on the corners and 2 outs for John Sullivan, who's 0 for 1. Sully, don't know if that's his nickname or not. Does he have one? No. He doesn't. We'll call him Sully. Lopat deals. There's a base hit, left center field. Woodling will pick it up. Severs goes to third. Platt will score. And the Browns have cut the Yankees' lead to 2. It's 4-2. So 2 out for Garver, who is 0 for 1. So St. Louis keeps chipping away here. Garver right back up the box. Stabbed by Lopat. Over to first, and that will retire the side. But St. Louis gets a run on 3 hits. They strand 2, no errors. We go to the 5th here in St. Louis. The Yankees 4, the Browns 2. And that will bring up Yogi Berra. Berra, Johnson, and Krohosky here for the Yankees. Berra, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. There's a base hit in the left field. Platt will pick it up off a hop. And Yogi has himself a single. Here's Billy Johnson. Billy has walked, singled, and scored. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Yankees. They've left on 6. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Browns, and they've left on 4. There's a ground ball to Pretty. He goes to Sullivan for 1. Over to Graham, and they turn it. So 2 out for Krohosky, who has singled and doubled. Now nobody on. Top of the 5th. 4-2 New York. That's a line drive to left. That's going to roll around the corner. Krohosky's digging for third, and he's got his second triple of the year. That was a laser that Dillinger just couldn't handle. And one hopped the wall. Here's Mapes. Cliff 1 for 2. He has singled, driven in a run, and struck out. Into right. That's a souvenir. And the count is 1-2. Garver has given up 11 hits. With just 4 runs. Got him! He got him on a 1-2 on the outside corner. It's fooled him on the change. No runs, 2 hits. The Yankees leave a runner on. Halfway home on a Wednesday night, it's the Yankees 4, the Browns 2. You guys aren't very chill. You know, the key is not to talk, Ron, during the ads. I was about to say you guys aren't very chatty tonight. If you joined us late, here's how he got here. Joe DiMaggio, a 2-run single. He fell around first in the top of the first to make it 2-0 the Yankees. Then Dick Coco smashed his 14th of the year, an absolute no-doubter to right, to cut the lead to 2-1. Jerry Pretty with a single, and that was a 10-game hitting streak. Yankees got singletons in the second and the third. Phil Rizzuto singled home Jerry Coleman to make it 3-1. And in the third, Cliff Mapes singled home Billy Johnson to make it 4-1. And the Browns got one back in the bottom of the fourth on a John Sullivan single to make it 4-2. Thanks, Guy. So Lopez, a 6-hitter through 4, and Garver, 11 hits through 5, but only 2 walks. Dillinger is 0 for 2. Lopez, 72 pitches through 4 innings and 18 batters, 6 hits, the home run to Cocos, and a strikeout. And Ron needs to remember that you can't talk during the ads. Although I think if you're a sub, you don't get ads. Pitch to Lopez. There's a ground ball to Krahosky. Takes it to the bag himself, 1 out. Here's Cocos. He has singled and homered. Pitch. And that's down the line and right. Mapes comes in, rides a swing, goes in the bullpens, and makes the catch for the out. So 2 out for Pretty, who's 1 for 2. Ball 4. So the Browns just trying to hang around here. Here's Whitey Platt. Whitey has a single and a run scored. Why he is cleaning up, I do not know. There's a base hit left center field. Pretty will run to third. Woodling tosses it back in the infield, and there's runners on the corners and 2 out for Roy Sievers. So if the Browns want to get 1 back, maybe 2, they got the guy up they want. In real life, he drove in 91 and hit 16 homers. Barra goes out to chat with Lopez. Eddie winds and deals. Popped up left side. Johnson will let that go foul. And we'll do it again, the count 1-2. So certainly things now in Seaver's favor. Got him. He swings and misses on a rainbow curve. And we've played 5. The Browns strand 2. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 6th. It's 4-2 New York. That wind is blowing out towards that big old scoreboard and left at 15. And 75 degrees. A very comfortable night here in mid-July in St. Louis. There's Lopez. Eddie is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and then the Yankees will flip the lineup and bring up Jerry Coleman and Phil Rizzuto. Right back up the box, Garver throws to first, 1 out. It's not been the easiest night for Ned, but he's not out of this yet. 27 batters deep, 94 pitches, 5 1/3 innings. 11 hits, no homers. All 4 runs are earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 5. Jerry Coleman's had a good night. He has singled twice and tripled and scored twice. This time around, up the box, Sullivan by the bag at second, over to first for the 2nd out. That brings up Phil Rizzuto. Phil 1 for 2. He's a single and an RBI. This time around, he punches that one into right center field, and that will be a single. 12th hit for the Yankees. And that brings up Mr. Woodling. Gene is 0 for 2. He has walked, scored, and struck out. This time around, a slow bounder to Sullivan. He goes to first. Woodling can run, and he beat it out. On the infield hit, Sullivan was too far on the grass, and Woodling's got a good motor, and that's the 13th the Yankee hit. And you don't want that. 2 on and 2 out for Joltin' Joe DiMaggio. He has a single and 2 RBI. Garver's pitch. Ball 4. Well, that's an FBO walk, although first base wasn't open. Now, Garver actually wasn't trying for that. He gets in Dave Gardner's face and says that was a strike. And Gardner says, I'm trying to learn how to play this hockey game. Just keep your mouth stifled. And that brings up Yogi Berra. Yogi has singled and struck out. He's 1 for 3. And the bases are full of Yankees. Rizzuto on third. Woodling on second. DiMaggio on first. Brad, how are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Lawler goes out to talk to Garver. Ned deals. There's a ground ball to Pretty. He goes to Graham, and that will retire the side. So all is well with me. Hopefully all is well with you. Yankees leave them loaded. They've left 10 runners on through 5.5. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. It's the Yankees 4, the Browns 2. And I've done real well tonight. I've only called them the Cardinals once. Jack Graham is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I was thinking of you the last time Graham was up, Brad. He went to Sacramento, right? A distinguished career in the PCL. Pitch to Graham. There's a bounder to second. Coleman by the bag over to first. 1 out. Sherm Lawler is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Low pat. There are 100 pitches. Kudos to those Cards with a +4 win over Brooklyn, while the Dodgers have twice the runs to runs allowed. Yeah, the Dodgers. If it is the Dodgers and the Yankees that win their respective leagues, gonna be some pinball. We'll show these again. The Cardinals, however, have scored 442 runs. It's not like they're in the Sahara. Just deja vu all over again, says Yogi. The Dodgers have scored 505 runs. The Yankees, going into the night, 489. Yeah. They play next week, by the way. We'll have at least one of those games. Pitch to Lawler is a pop-up. Rizzuto, long run into foul territory and makes the catch for the second out. So 2 out, nobody on for Sullivan. By the way, Red Sox and Tigers for you tomorrow at lunch. Sullivan 1 for 2 with an RBI. Low pat deals. Into left center, DiMaggio comes in and makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Yankees and the Browns, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th. Yankees 4, Browns 2. So Johnson, Krohosky, and Mapes, or what you would later call the Kansas City A's, will be batting here in the 7th. Johnson 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and scored. Garver, again, they would like him to get the last 9 outs. Not sure that's going to happen. To center, Severs, 1 out. Brings up Krohosky. Dick needs a home run for the cycle. He has got a single, a double, and a triple, and a 0.5% chance of a home run. And if he gets it, open up a Maldito. Pitch to Krohosky. There's a ground ball to Pretty behind the bag over to Graham, and there's 2 out. So Garver has an easy, if he gets an easy inning here. Here's Mapes, who's 1 for 3. Then he'll bat. Mapes has struck out twice and driven in a run. Yeah, I miss our Maldito too. I'll send you a private note about that. Ball 4. Brings up Lopat, who's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. There's a ground ball to Garver over to first, and that will retire the side. Stretch time, 4-2 New York. So Garver will stay in the hit. Still need 9 outs anyway, and Ned is 0 for 2. The bullpen in St. Louis leaves about as much to be desired as what your fourth grader left in the fridge. Pitch to Garver is a ground ball to Rizzuto over to Krahosky. Phil had time to autograph it, 1 out. The playing of the stretch woke up the cat, and she's now sniffing around in here. Here's Dillinger. Bob is 0 for 3. 27 batters deep for Eddie Lopat. 107 pitches. 6 in the third inning, 7 hits. A home run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Popped up. Berra takes off the mask into foul territory against the screen. Makes the catch, 2 out. Brings up Dick Cocos. His solo shot in the first minute, 2-1. The cat is sniffing up the air conditioner, which I have to run now. It's 80 degrees in here at 11 o'clock this morning. Cocos 2 for 3. Popped up, second verse, same as the first. Berra will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 8th, 4-2 New York. Brings up Jerry Coleman. 36 batters deep for Garver. Ned, 117 pitches. 7 innings. I don't know what the cat's doing now. 13 hits. He's walked 4 and struck out 5. Coleman 3 for 4. 2 singles. 2 runs scored. A triple. I'm hesitating. I don't know what Emily is doing. She's walking around. I thought she was going to cuddle, and then I don't know what she's doing. Pitch to Jerry is a base hit up the middle past a diving Pretty. And that is his 4th hit today. Picture in picture with the cat came out, and she says, well, you mentioned that, Brad. I'm leaving. Coleman's got 4 hits, as you can see from the... What? Now she's talking to me. What do you want? I'm right here. Oh, I think we found a bug. And it's not where I could point a camera. She is by the bathroom, in the doorway. And she's found a bug. God help me if she comes in here. Anyway, Rizzuto 2 for 3. For those of you watching on YouTube, like, what the heck is he talking about? But the bug is on the bed podcasting? Well, the giant bug is, yeah, Brad, but not the one that she's chasing. Rizzuto 2 for 3. He singled twice, driven in his 50th run. Runner on first. Rizzuto punches that one in the left center. Coleman goes to third. Runners on the corners and nobody out. Yes, indeed, that is a different bugaboo. And as Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. Here's Woodling. Gene is 1 for 3. Has singled, scored, walked, and struck out. Coleman on third, Rizzuto on first. 15th hit allowed for Garver. And 16 will be his last. Coleman scores to make it 5-2. Woodling punches that one into right center. And I'm telling you, this, well... we will go with Al Papai. Al is 5-3 with 3 saves and a 3.66 ERA. He is 32 years old. Yes, good day. Paul Harvey, good day. Al is a fastball pitcher at 83 and a ground ball pitcher. Came to the Browns on May 4th. This will be his 4th appearance against the Yankees. He started twice. 20 innings, 15 hits, 6 runs all earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 4. But he is 2-0 with an ERA at 2.70. He went 2 innings against the Indians on the 10th. Allowed a hit and a walk. 78 2/3 innings. He's allowed 82 hits, 2 homers, 33 runs, 32 earned. He has walked 39 and struck out 14. So control is not something Al has. He needs some Aquanet. In 142 1/3 real innings, he walked 81. Here's DiMaggio, 1 for 3. He has walked, singled, and driven in 2. Infield fly is called. So it's going to be Dillinger on the cut of the grass in the outfield for the first out. So here's Yogi. Yogi 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out. There's a line drive to Pretty, who leaps and makes the catch. Berra just stands there on the first base line looking, and Jerry said, "Hey man, if you see a fork in the road, take it." Here's Billy Johnson. Billy 1 for 3. Has singled, walked, scored, and grounded into a double play. Papai delivers in the shallow left center. Severs rides the Schwinn, and that will retire the side. That's the Cleveland baseball team. A run on 3 hits for the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2. So here's Jerry Pretty. Jerry 1 for 2. He singled and a walk. Platt and Severs coming up. And Pretty draws the walk. Second walk for Lopat. Here's Platt. Whitey is 2 for 3. Has singled twice and scored once. To third, Johnson might be 2. Coleman for 1. Krolhosky for 2. And so they go around the horn. 2 out for Severs. Roy is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Lopat's pitch to short. Rizzuto. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 9th. Papai. I wonder if his nickname is Pineapple. Will come out to pitch the 9th. It'll be Krolhosky, Mapes, and Lopat. 5-2 New York. Krolhosky still needs a homer for the cycle. And they tell me his chances, if you look at the box, is 0.4%. Line drive to second. Pretty's there, 1 out. Here's Mapes. Cliff is 1 for 3 with a walk and 2 strikeouts and an RBI. You did not miss a new episode of Digital Dice. We're taping it Friday. And we're going to talk about Dave's experience trying out a brand new game for him. Mapes draws the walk. First walk allowed by Papai. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Eddie Lopat, who's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Don't know if the Yankees will pitch him in the 9th. Coleman on deck. Throw to first. Mapes is back. And Charlie Keller will pinch hit. So Keller at 306, 3 homers and 11 RBI. As Eddie Lopat's day is done. Papai delivers. In the right field, Kokos backs up in the corner for the out. Mapes will hold it first. 2 out for Coleman. Jerry's had himself a day. He is 4 for 5. He has singled 3 times. He has scored 3 times. And he is tripled. This time around, a bounder behind the mound. Pretty's got it over to first, and Coleman is retired. And not a big surprise that the Yankees are going to trot out Joe Page to shut this one down. We go to the bottom of the ninth. No runs, no hits, no errors. Yankees 5, Browns 2. So Joe Page making his 25th appearance of the year. He has won his last 4 decisions. He is 31 years old. He throws the fastball at 92 and the fly ball pitcher. He is 5-2 with 7 saves and an ERA of 3.07. Against the Browns, his 4th appearance, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned, and a strikeout. 1 save and an ERA of 5.40. And Page is the fireman. That appearance came last night. Or one of them did. 2 innings, 5 hits. 2 runs, both earned. He struck out a man. So overall, 44 innings, 39 hits, 2 homers. 16 runs in total, 15 earned. He's walked 33. And struck out 31. Graham, Lawler, and maybe Sullivan here. Browns need 3 to tie. Graham will look to see who can hit a lefty. And we'll bring in Eddie Pellegrini. Eddie, former Boston Red Sox at 250, a homer and 10 RBI. Pitch to Pellegrini, struck him out. He got him to chase a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 1 out. So here's Lawler. Sherm is 0 for 3. 5 runs, 16 hits, no errors for the Yankees. It could be a lot worse. They left on 14. St. Louis 2-7-0, and they've left on 6. In the left center, DiMaggio going back 2 out. And that'll bring up Sullivan, who actually hits lefties better than righties. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. So last chance here, the Yankees about to go 53-30. And Page got him to swing and miss on a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. And the Yankees are your winners tonight. Buckshot, glad you were here. We'll be with you at noon tomorrow for the Red Sox and the Tigers. You have yourself a wonderful night. Eddie Lopak goes to 12-4. 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run to Kokos. He walked 2 and struck out 2. Page's 8th save, as we said, 5-16-0 for the Yankees, 2-7-0 for the Browns. And Krohosky was 3 for 5. He's going to be our digital dice MVP. He just needed a home run for the cycle. Ned Garver falls to 5-9. 7 innings, 16 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 5. And Papai, 2 innings of hitless ball. All right, you see me, and I see standings and scores. On this Friday night, the Tigers beat the Red Sox 5-3. Hal Newhouser goes to 8-7. Johnson falls to 1-9. CBS fell. It hit my wife. It fell off a couple days ago, or a couple times last week, and the hook, the far one on the right, didn't hold. So we got to go to CVS. CVS and get another hook, and that's got to hold for 24 hours, and then we'll put CBS back up. Giants beat the Pirates 5-1. Monty Kennedy goes to 10-3. Chestnut falls to 3-6. Thompson 3 for 4 with a home run. Brooklyn beat Cincinnati in 10. Minner with a win, 7-5. Erott goes to 0-8. Brooklyn pounds out 17 hits. Carl Ferrello 2 for 5 with 2 RBI and 2 triples. They won that one 7-6, by the way. Braves doubled up the Cubs 12-6. Warren Spahn goes to 11-8. Muncrief falls to 0-4. Fletcher 2 for 4 is 5th of the year and a double. Bill White throws a 2-hitter, strikes out 1, goes the distance, shuts out Washington 7-0. Mickey Harris falls to 3-2. Cleveland pounds out 17 hits. Bob Feller goes to 7-4. They beat the A's 7-3. Joe Gordon 2 for 5 is 11th of the year with 2 RBI. And last but not least, Brooklyn gains a game as Robin Roberts shuts down the Cardinals 4-1. Robin goes to 7-7. Howie Pullett 9-3. Miller, Eddie with 3 for 3, a homer and 2 RBIs. Sounds like BS? Which sounds like BS? To go to CVS to get a hook to put up CBS. Whatever. So standings as we say goodnight. The Cardinal lead is now 3. Boston 7.5 back. The Phil is 8.5 back. And the American League, it's 5.5 between the Yankees and the Indians. John, have a good night. We're with you noon tomorrow. Detroit and Washington are 8.5 back. The Red Sox are 15 back. So Red Sox and Tigers tomorrow, and that will finish the week. Until tomorrow at noon, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful night, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Briggs Stadium in Detroit.